Sky Target is an on-rail shooter for the Sega Saturn that I don't see mentioned a lot. Originally a 1995 arcade game for Sega's Model 2 arcade board, Sky Target was ported to the Saturn in 1997 by third-party developer Appaloosa Interactive. I believe I played Sky Target as a kid. I have this sliver of memory in my head, like a few frames from an old movie. In this memory, I'm playing a game with a joystick and a faux cockpit at a Chuck E. Cheese by the local mall. I'm almost positive that game was Sky Target. The Saturn port of Sky Target is not arcade perfect. Let's get that out of the way. The Saturn version does feature the arcade mode, a level select ranking mode, and your standard options menu. Arcade mode is exactly how it sounds. A straight shot through the stages with a certain number of continues. The routes diverge at points, which is always nice to see in a rail shooter. The ranking mode is essentially a level select feature with end of stage scoring. You're awarded a score out of 5 stars at the end of each stage. The total tally of all stars awarded gives you your rank. This adds replayability and something to grind for, but with no actual unlockables, a fake military rank isn't much incentive to play the game over and over again. Players get to choose between 4 planes: an F-16, an F-15 SMTD, which is a modified F-15 prototype, an F-14D Tomcat, and the Rafale, which personally I think is just the ugliest aircraft. Sorry for the Dassault fans watching this. I usually stick with the F-14 since the Tomcat is an iconic aircraft. But it doesn't matter, as far as I'm able to tell, every plane operates the same. Except the Rafale, which is clearly worse by nature of it being so ugly. Not a big deal, but worth noting. In the ranking mode, you pick the aircraft before the stage select. So if you wanted to change planes between stages, you'd have to exit to the main menu and re-enter the ranking mode. Interestingly, the plane select screen for the arcade mode and the ranking mode are different. Sky Target's controls are pretty simple. The D-pad flies your aircraft around the screen, the A button fires the machine gun, and the B and C buttons fire missiles. Gameplay is equally simple. Players progress through the stage targeting enemies and firing missiles, all while avoiding incoming fire. Each stage has a boss battle against some sort of huge mega aircraft. These are cool, as the boss designs show a little sci-fi creativity. When these boss battles end, there's often an extended explosion sequence, which does not look good. Some of Sky Target's music is cheesy 90s Power Rangers guitar rock, which I honestly don't mind. Some of the music is just completely off the rails. Here's a bit of a tune that plays at the end of stage 1. Right? What the hell is that? There's some kind of plot here, maybe. Every once in a while your wingman will say something to you between stages. The audio quality is so bad though, that I'm not really able to discern much. You fight both Russian and American aircraft in every stage, so it's not clear who exactly your enemy is. It's the 90s, so probably terrorists. Graphically, this game is not a prime example of the Saturn's power. The game is an obvious step down from the arcade. The frame rate is slowed, pop-in is wild, and there's just a layer of Saturn jankiness that Appaloosa Interactive didn't polish out. I don't know enough to say the port was challenging, or if Appaloosa Interactive just did a bad job, but it is what it is. It is definitely not the arcade perfect conversion advertised on the back of the box. If you were expecting or hoping for Panzer Dragoon with an Ace Combat skin, this is not that game. Rail shooter fans will find some enjoyment here, if just for the novelty of experiencing something new but familiar. But those looking for a unique or deep Saturn experience should look elsewhere. If you've made it this far, thanks for watching. Those were my thoughts on Sky Target. If you'd like to see more, please like and subscribe.